What's up, Legends fans? Big changes are on the horizon. In today's video, we're going to be diving into all the planned updates coming with a May version update for Dragon Ball Legends. We do have a video coming out tomorrow morning that will be going over all the updates as well, and we'll get to see a little bit of a preview on them, from balance adjustments and new features to quality of life improvements. This patch is looking like it's going to be the biggest thing in Legends in the past year, and it's going to shake the game up in a big way. Whether you're a casual player or a hardcore grinder, no matter what, this is a very important update for you, so you don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's break it all down together right now. Alright guys, let's dive straight into this update here. So beginning that we did just get this notice the other day, and this is in anticipation of the 7th anniversary this May. We are planning a large-scale version update schedule with updates beginning in May. We did hear about this a while ago, so we did know this was coming, and now we're getting some more details about what they're doing. So the following were added. They're having an overhaul of permanent events, some summon lineup changes, tier adjustments, adjustments for Zenkai Awakening boosters, and the following were also updated, simplifying character upgrades. Now let's go ahead and see what that exactly means by going ahead and diving in here. Here's a couple information about the Android version of the game, where basically they're going to be making it to where you need to have a more advanced operating system to run the game, as well as more RAM. This is probably just because they're planning on making more animations and more crazy stuff, and so with that they require you to have better devices, and that's essentially what this is saying here. And that is the same thing happening with the iOS devices as well. If you guys want to look more into that, the link for this newsletter will be in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out to make sure your devices are up to date to keep up with the new changes that are going to be coming to the game. Overall, the in-game UI. In this upcoming large-scale update, we'll be overhauling the UI on a scale that sets it apart from previous updates. This update simplifies access to tons of content, which we've been expanding since the game's initial release. Check back later for details when this is revealed. The thing I would say to keep in mind about this is every single time that they overhaul the UI of the game, everybody hates it the first day. It's like Discord. Whenever the Discord changes their UI, everybody hates it. However, the more you use it, the more you get used to it. It honestly is just kind of one of those things where it doesn't matter what the UI is or how it looks. Once you get used to it, you just stop caring. And it's kind of what happens with Legends. Whenever they change the UI, like they change the team party screen and the equipment screen and stuff like that, initially people hated it. Some people probably still do hate it, but you just get used to it, and it's not that big of an inconvenience either way. But I am looking forward to seeing how this new UI looks, because I'm personally a person that does like things that change over time, and I always like having like something new every now and then, like every couple of months, like maybe change this bed to over there or that table over there, stuff like that. So it's kind of like that, where we're kind of getting a remodel of the game. So it would be cool to see what they decide to do with that and see how much better it looks, or worse, either way. But it's just nice to get a change going with that. Then we have the overhaul of permanent events. Some of permanent events and the full power metal exchange shop will be ending. Z-Power for event exclusive characters and event keys will be removed from the rare metal exchange shop lineup. Planned event overhauls. So this is all the Legends Road events, as well as some of the Universe 7 and stuff like that, Fusion, Reborn, Gogeta. All of these events are going to be overhauled. To go along with this, we are ending the missions and exchange shops connected to the events. Okay, so you will no longer be able to get these characters from the exchange shops and stuff like that. I would say probably get them done now if you can. If you can't, we don't know how the overhaul is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be better or worse for character acquisition. So I would recommend that you guys just go ahead and get it done now, because it's honestly pretty easy to do it now. But if you want to wait, then you can be an experiment for the overhaul whenever that doesn't happen. The event character Z-Power is available from other permanent events that are ending, as well as from the rare metal exchange shop, and full power metal exchange shop will no longer be available. We plan to have new limited time events as a new way to obtain these items. So they're essentially just saying that we're going to be getting rid of all of these events and exchange shops, and we're just going to be giving you something new that you can use to get these characters. Could be a good or a bad thing. I don't think it really matters. These are old units that you're probably never going to be using unless they get like an update. And whenever they do get an update, like a new plat or stuff like that, they'll probably get a rerun of some sort. So I wouldn't be messing around too much with that. Let's go to the summon lineup changes. To account for the increase in new characters, the following summon lineups will be adjusted. They're going to be adjusting the Legends Welcome SP guaranteed, Legends Comeback, and Legends Comeback SP guaranteed. And basically what they're going to be doing with that is they're just going to be adding more units to that are recent. That way you have more potentially new characters that are going to be useful whenever you either come back to the game or start the game. On the 14th, they're going to have the Start Dash Summon to coincide with the Start Dash Summon update. Players who have already played it will be able to play it again. You only have 168 hours to play the Start Dash Summon after starting the game. And the Legendary Start Dash Summon to coincide with the Legendary update will also be available to purchase again. These are basically just starter summons where you get a couple characters, and that's essentially it. They're just going to be letting you do it again with the updated lineup. Same thing with the Super Masters Pack here. The lineup for Super Masters Pack 6 will be updated, and Super Masters Pack 7 is planned to be held. Following the update, the Super Masters Pack 6 Sparking Rarity Guaranteed Ticket Summon will end on the 21st. So use your tickets before then. This is really interesting because they're adding a Super Masters Pack 7. And the 7 could have a lot of good characters that are not currently in the Masters Pack. So that is something to consider for sure, that they are at least giving us that. That'll help a lot with new people that join the game. This is again in preparation for Anniversary. You're going to have a lot of new people coming in and a lot of people that are missing some old units, and they'll be able to get those units from these Masters Packs here. Hopefully, at least. Hopefully they do go recent enough for that. Now, tier adjustments. In response to increasing character abilities, there will be an adjustment to tier effects and tier effect amounts for the new season of rating matches starting. They forgot to put the date there, but that's probably going to be somewhere in May. Details of changes. Change strike and blast defense up to damage guard. That is very good. That is a very good change, because honestly, strike and blast defense up don't make that much of a difference, but damage guard, just straight damage guard, is very, very good, depending on the amount that it is giving. Buffs to damage inflicted for each battle member from the same episode will be removed from tier S and Z, and the damage inflicted amount will increase. This is very good because it stops restricting them to be ran on specific teams, and instead you just get a flat, solid buff. And Zenkai Awakened characters' damage inflicted amounts will also be adjusted. I'm assuming this also means that they're going to be going up, because a lot of the old Zenkai Awakened characters that are on like tier Z, tier S, stuff like that, the Zenkai buffs for characters in the tiers are next to nothing. You get like 2% or 5% and stuff like that. It is basically non-existent. So it's a good thing that they're adjusting this, and hopefully they'll be increasing this. And then you might be able to run some of the old Zenkai characters if they're in like tier Z, tier S, and stuff like that. So this is all pretty good stuff for old units. Hopefully. There should be some pretty good stuff for old units. It's still not going to make them like meta dominant or like meta crazy, but it's a nice step, and it gives them a chance to at least compete a little bit. Adjustment to Zenkai Awakening boosters. Since current Souls, Rising Souls, Super Souls, and Zenkai Souls will no longer be available, Zenkai Awakening booster rewards will be replaced with the new Souls. Additionally, as of the next Zenkai Awakening booster, missions and mission rewards will be adjusted to make it easier to experience characters Zenkai Awakening. I hope that they get rid of the daily restriction that is on the missions with this, where you have to do a daily mission 14 days in a row to get the character, and hopefully you can get it faster. Preferably, that would be the direction that they go with that. And then we already knew about the Rising Souls, Super Souls, and Zenkai Souls going away, so we'll see how that plays out with the new Souls that are going to be added. Nothing too crazy there, nothing too crazy. Now, this is a big section here. It's going to be simplifying character upgrades. The Soul Boost system will be removed to help streamline the character upgrade process and improve playability. The stat boost and abilities added via Soul Boosting will now be gained as a character levels up. For Zenkai Awakening, you will only need to obtain Awakening Z power in order to gain the benefits of your character's Awakening rank. Character parameters and abilities will remain unchanged. Souls will be revised to coincide with the removal of Soul Boosting. The existing Rising Souls, Super Souls, and Zenkai Souls used for Soul Boosting will be removed and replaced with new Souls. The details of these changes. New Souls for equipment upgrades and arts boosts will be added. Cost for equipment upgrades and arts boosts will also be adjusted. This is a good thing. This is again a good thing. These things are very expensive right now. Doing one set of like 30 rolls on an equipment is like 500 million zenny at a time. So hopefully, right, they're lowering the cost of everything, and that'll make it easier to do. Same thing with arts boost. Arts boost isn't too bad. It's like 1 billion zenny. It's not too crazy, but it would just be nice if it was cheaper. It would just be simply nice if it was cheaper. The new Souls is hopefully going to be another thing where they are like just one type, like just 7 souls of one type, not like 7 different colors, because 7 different colors, you need this one, you need that one. If we can just coincide that to be one color, and that one color applies to everything, that could be pretty good. Bonus battle stages for the existing souls will be replaced with stages for the new souls. Relevant main story upgrades will also be replaced with new souls. Event story upgrades will no longer drop the existing souls. Relevant mission rewards will be replaced with the new souls. So that was one of the concerns people did have, is the soul boosting missions that are currently in the game, will they still be there? And it is basically just saying that they're going to be replacing them with the new soul missions, and that'll still be in there. Souls currently in possession may be exchanged at the recycle center for the new souls. That is good. That is to be expected. To coincide with the removal of soul boosting, missions related to the soul boost and class up and Z missions on certain events will be removed. Please claim relevant mission rewards as soon as possible. Never mind. That is, they're actually just gonna remove it. So go get your box soul boost right now, so you're not missing out on that CC. It is a good chunk of CC. The relevant missions, which are the ones that are gonna be removed, is unlocking boost panels for blah, raising blank to class blah, raising characters to blank class. So all that stuff is gonna be gone, and you should get that done so you don't miss out on that CC. It is a very good amount of CC. The next section here is talking about the job request adjustment. After careful consideration of in-game demand and the removal of soul boosting, and the following job requests will no longer be available. These job requests will be the obviously soul boost related jobs, as well as for some reason the job request that drops Zenny. I guess that does make sense because nobody ever really uses the jobs for Zenny. They always just go to the Zenny stage, so that makes sense that they're getting rid of that too, and that'll affect these events here. We're going to be a selectable login bonus change. The selectable login bonus that granted your chosen item per day will be changed to fixed login rewards that gives you 10 CC every day. Users with Legends Pass can get additional stuff. Okay, so now you're going to be getting a 10 CC every day, and not really too relevant, but cool. Raid event reward adjustments. Raid event damage rewards will be removed to help speed up screen transition times. We plan to increase rewards elsewhere to make up for lost damage rewards. Okay, those damage rewards aren't that crazy anyway, so I'm not really confused or tripping about that. Some mission changes, requirements for beginners, okay. Other changes, requirements to unlock certain events will be changed. And removal of bonus battle XP, okay. And that is everything that we have currently in this newsletter. We will be getting more information in tomorrow's video. We will be there for that and reacting and breaking down that as well. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, and come in tomorrow morning to go in and see that breakdown. But for now, that is going to be everything that is in this newsletter. Some pretty good information, but again, nothing too crazy yet. So we're just kind of getting into the beginning of the updates for Anniversary, and honestly, it looks like a pretty good step so far. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. With that being said, this is Aizen, signing out.